Crowd, I am some Jane Count, in Charleston, Kuma, Babia, will be out to me in Tabia. Michael sent me the Sunni, when I do my boy, I hope I fear that's all come. And on see 2021, this is how we do it. I believe say what your New Year resolution. So when you're and can't see, over to me, I say, if you fail to plan, life will plan for you. Never say I'm near my body. Your New Year resolution 2021 is a and can I do my yard for by Ghana? What I say, nay, put two calls to be true. Abia Sambe enter here to ministerial positions and deputy ministerial one Senate. Think Nana, who we want to try deputy minister here. Come sorry about Ghana. Would the idea you cry? Oh, post the association ministries who tell me about Kumbia. My father's Maba, and New Year resolution. I am one tomorrow. But then, what about serious notes? And right, the president of Ghana, Nana Addo, Emma. State of the Nation's address, and definitely wouldn't time I woman say back COVID update and then your man would be. But I don't know person no a shady near person yet Yankasa. This is how it is. Nana Addo and Sama Wodo ya okay, in fact, would na a wunya said there might be a woman who has a little to a Kamuna a bois. And he from Mudia was all you be one idea was a way. Meso Media was a me and I feel that me up one situation to me I calm it down. But I said, Mr. Fan said, what happened during election time, campaign time, where people wearing masks? Nana Addo, John Mahama, and when one piece new way one dinner platform, so a campaign I would want. Where they wearing masks. Party supporters are there, dear Tria, put the day or more Mokotwaba, and more movie ballot boxes and then talk about where they wearing masks. And yet, talk about you know. Now, I swear that now we don't have who say, was a COVID in your control. And the COVID go down so much during campaign time. This is, never be a was here to me, actually. What was they doing when you for no time or Mopedi Biana as if one of the Obian for maximum? Obian for social distancing. Because if I can't boom near compare with social distance, but at home, you dare not talk about it. If you say, oh, yeah, MP, now, oh, yeah, campaign now for social distance, and then maximum once a month, wouldn't say, and two months. And Tinga will be a car. Nana, himself, Satan, once a month, Cabana Casa, Ghana for 12 months, Onka, Domahama, Yadu overcome once. But not COVID the no home, chairman from Kakra. And after election, Bibia told the nominee Padua. Some way you see infection rate in the cost room. I tell you, never done cost room. Why won't the infection rate go high? Because Nipa no ane keka bom ya campaign no gugu no bebre no nyina no ye bi ya ndisi for mo so mo ntiase abani yisi awi omo the demonstrations awodo one the kind social distancing was obi anka afei na mo ka social distancing it's a serious matter, but then yade na e be koso virus no bi amu ba bi free ba panyimfo ne doctors awodo research awodo the last week you no I think said WHO scientists to kwan echo Wuhan China krono ba bi yade ne say ase no but still she said am I was say yeah from there na fe you hunu say this time you betimi keep social distancing no na I think say be boa mask no mask dey in fact me say ya but I was here mask me say ya me problem pa ni say ya share mask from first lockdown I say ya buy your moka say ya share mask still ya dey cost. So my question is that's wearing the mask no etimi control ya dey kakra my virus no doesn't control the spread of the virus at all because o come bi obi a share mask so obi na mo kra hunani wo koso po wo konyo mask still ya dey kwa na cost. Even for no yeah mo hwe bibi ye mai na yentie na nansem no o kan ye no ankasa na ye mfa kwa bibi mu ne ye hwe ne ye wo mu no in fact I think say ni nyina ye wo see yetimi fa but the question say wo ho no so ye ntimi njai bisa unless say ibohunu say MPs ni ministers ni nyina no hye mask ni ye na fe social distance no so omo ye ye yentie nsem no kakra.
All of us to continue adhering to the enhanced hygiene and mask wearing protocols that have served us well and which led us to the situation where we were witnessing a gradual decline in the number of active cases. However, since that time, we have seen an upsurge in the number of active cases from a little over 900 to 1,924. Our COVID-19 treatment centers have gone from having 0 patients to now being 4 because of the upsurge in infections. Particularly worrying is the fact that the Ghana Health Service is recording on the average 200 new cases of COVID infections daily. The number of patients requiring hospitalization and intensive care is rising. The number of severe cases, which stood at 18 a week ago, has increased sharply to 120. 2 weeks ago, there was no critical case. We now have 33 in our treatment facilities. Again, according to statistics from the Ghana Health Service, the considerable number of persons who are severely ill are surprisingly relatively youthful persons with no previous underlying health conditions. The number of confirmed deaths has increased sadly from 338 persons to 352 within the period. Recent genomic sequencing undertaken by our scientists have established that some arriving passengers tested positive for new variants of COVID-19. These passengers have all been isolated. Furthermore, work is ongoing to determine the presence and extent of spread of the new variants in the general population. Detailed investigations of the cases indicate that apart from arriving passengers at our airport who tested positive, infected persons have recent histories of attending parties, weddings, end-of-year office programs, family get-togethers, and funerals. At these gatherings, most of them abandoned the use of the masks and were engaged in acts that led to them contracting the virus. Fellow Ghanaians, at this current rate, whereby 15 out of the 6 regions have recorded active cases, our health infrastructure will be overwhelmed if the situation continues. It will severely undermine the efforts government is making to revitalize the economy and put our nation back onto the path of progress and prosperity following the ravages of the pandemic. On 7th January, as I said, I swore to, and I quote, dedicate myself to the service and well-being of the people of the Republic of Ghana and to do right to all manner of persons, unquote. It is my duty to protect lives and livelihoods. In furtherance of this, I've instructed the Inspector General of Police to direct officers, men and women of the police service to ensure the rigorous enforcement of the law on mask wearing at all public places and in public transport. They are also to ensure the closure of all nightclubs, pubs, cinemas and beaches that may be operating in defiance of the law. They will be assisted by the other security agencies if need be. It is important that I remind all Ghanaians that severe punishments exist on our statute books for persons breaking the law on the mandatory wearing of masks. Should anyone be arrested by the security agencies disregarding this directive, that person will be dealt with strictly in accordance with law. We do not want to go back to the days of partial lockdowns, which had a negative impact on our economy and on our way of life. But should that become necessary, that is, should the number of active cases continue to increase at the current rate, I will have no option but to reimpose these restrictions because it is better to be safe than to be sorry. So together, let us all ensure that we respect the protocols. Enuanom, makase yare enyankoye. Man ho so biom. Aba pese oboye nyina ho ban. Nti nhyehyɛe a yɛayɛ yare no ho no ye beba ahwe se obia bedi so pepepe aban no obia obetia mra no ebedi pa efri se ye ni abre epese ye pam yare efri asase so nti mesremu mundi nhihye no so ititru munhye mass no.
Right, auntie, and someone, Nana Addo, the president of Ghana, here to I don't know, or sad speech, you know, I think it's an hour, auntie, I see so kakra. But the old my heart being kakra, I said, this time round, I said, mobile suit, police force, you know, Nafi, or what to me, I'm making sure I say, I'm on for a marks to make it social distancing. I think after election, or Casa, Odika, say, maybe I didn't bet me, I go for. But another person called campaign said, wait before election. Well, now, who na platform so campaign to not what can we now? In fact, coronavirus had been the brain, had been the brain. But so many questions. So we are dealing with. But obisa saying crowd win answers. Indeed, master na was yes. Now fi social distancing no. Figures now ya near the ban we more will be brave, ya no more hipa. I know people are dying, but I said, I say, ya be a cost war hospital will be a COVID-19. And only idea I had, you know. Well, if you say, when you accident to Prana, we are doing be hospital, I bet you because when you are COVID and sound home, it's too much more nyana, in fact, having. There is one particular issue be if I COVID home. Center no a COVID test Ghana no boga bi Ghana from US now obedu Ghana for US no information say no negative okodu nema oye no quick so sign ba no koye test na is one positive or you positive na say was so friend now cancel the flight no but along the way oni British Airways for no kasa wi no na or sign akọ or for the car no sign akọ. No, be a friend of free center or say the test no quite positive no or make my I negative. And I thought you have 500 cities. Lo and behold, look to no, a negative man. But not being one, you know, anyway, or flow sign the call by or could do US now, or sign call and or quiet test in or sign and or negative. And the problem is test the same or positive at first. And then I tell you, just got 10 and money negative. And yeah, pay the full information or sad way home. Said, told us a son, air course there. Now was Nana, we two and more now, we share near course or center home. Because I think that it will be a figures no yana among for the big kaka home too much. I was here, Mammy from here. I have years here. Yeah, say COVID now, I signed the year 2021 on Pesse High here. But it be a kakra na it will be chat. Michael sent me a city, Mr. Yeah, subscribe to your YouTube channel no. Now go Facebook and follow your videos be about now on Akabi. Or subscribe we are yeah click all notification bell so about now if you watch be now I share now for social. But I say so now bring it here me when you make bye bye.